Functions are first-class objects. JavaScript functions are first-class objects. This means that they can be assigned to variables, pass as arguments to other functions, and return from other functions. In addition, JavaScript supports closure out of the box without explicit capturing, allowing you to conveniently apply functional programming styles. So if you want to read about closures, you have the link here. A closure is the combination of a function bundled together and closed with references to its surrounding state, the lexical environment. In other words, a closure gives you access to an outer function's scope from an inner function. In JavaScript, closures are created every time a function is created at function creation time. And here they give us two examples. So in the first one, the comment reads function returning function. So here you have a constant name add that is going to be assigned an arrow function, and here we have an element x inside of the parentheses. To the right of the arrow we have another element, an element y inside of the parentheses. Next we have another arrow, and to the right we have the addition of the two elements x plus y. We end up with a semicolon. And the next example they have the function accepting function. So we have the constant name babies that is assigned to an array consisting of three elements. So the string dog, the string cat, and the string hen. Now what they're doing is they're mapping this array inside the parentheses of this map method. We have here an element inside of the inner parentheses. Here we have the arrow. To the right of the arrow we have backticks. We have this word. This word can be any word. Right now they're using the word baby. Now space, we have the dollar sign, and inside of the curly braces we have the element that is here in this inner parentheses. Now this element that is in this inner parentheses is going to be here in this curly braces. Next we close the backticks, we close the outer parentheses, and we declare it. And we can grab this example. We can go to our DevTools. So we can go here. We can go here and we can paste it. So okay, well, nothing is happening. What we do, we call the name. Okay, I did this one. We call the name of the constant. It's gonna be babies, and there you have it. So it's mapping this array with the name, with this word here, baby. So it's gonna be baby dog, baby cat, baby hen. And now here we have another. Let's make another example. We're gonna create a constant. So this constant is gonna be let's see, pets. Pets is gonna be assigned to an array, and let me see. Oh, let's do it with fruits. Okay, so it's gonna be mango, it's gonna be apple, and it's gonna be an orange. So here, orange. So here we have an array with three elements. We're gonna map it. We have here, we're gonna put an element here, and this element is gonna be let's say food. Okay, wait a minute, it's gonna be food. Okay, now we're gonna have the arrow. Okay, so we are mapping this array here, and we have this element is named food. And now here we're gonna open backticks, and inside of the backticks we're gonna put a name. So we can use, I don't know, awesome, and then we open $sign, and inside of the curly braces we're gonna pass in this element. So in this case it's gonna be food. It's gonna be food, and yeah, we're gonna close it. We end up with a semicolon, and now we're gonna call the name of this constant, and the name of this constant is fruit, so we call it, and there you have it. Awesome mango, awesome apple, awesome orange. And you can make some examples following these steps too, following this pattern. So here we go. Know that JavaScript functions are themselves objects, so this is important. JavaScript functions are themselves objects like everything else in JavaScript, and you can add or change properties on them, just like we've seen earlier in the object section. Now we have the inner functions. JavaScript function declarations are allowed inside other functions. An important detail of nested functions in JavaScript is that they can access variables in their parent function's scope. So here they give us an example. We have a function named parent function. We have a curly braces here. Inside of the curly braces we have a constant named a, and is declared to the number 1, is assigned to the number 1, semicolon. And now we have a second function. We have the function nested function inside of the function parent function. So here in this curly braces of the nested function we have the constant named b that is assigned the number 4, and here we have a comment saying that the parent function cannot use this, so the parent function cannot use this constant. Outside we end up with a semicolon. We have a return, and the return is going to be the constant a of the parent function plus the constant b of the nested function that is inside of the parent function. We close the curly braces of the nested function, and then we have the return statement, and we are returning the nested function. And then we close the curly braces of the parent function, and now we can see it, and we can go here and we can clean it up with Ctrl L, or just pressing this button here. We paste it, and if I press enter, nothing's gonna happen because I need to call it. I need to call the function. So what I'm gonna do is semicolon here, and I'm gonna call this function parent function. So it's gonna be parent function. Okay, and don't forget to put this parenthesis. So now it's gonna return the constants a plus b. So a is 1 and the constant b is 4, so the sum is gonna be 5. If we press enter, we will get the number 5, and let's see, and yeah, it works. So there you have it. This provides a great deal of utility in writing more maintainable code. If a call function relies on 1 or 2 other functions that are not useful to any other part of your code, you can nest those utility functions inside it. This keeps the number of functions that are in the global scope down. This is also a great counter to the lure of global variables. When writing complex code, it is often tempting to use global variables to share values between multiple functions, which leads to code that is hard to maintain. Nested functions can share variables in their parent, so you can use that mechanism to couple functions together without polluting your global namespace.